Hey, Bruce Eckfeld here. So, getting ready for a forum meeting in Queens and Long Island City, hosting up at the Factory co-working space. First time here, kind of interesting. I'm going to shoot a quick video just on one of the key things that I've kind of talked a lot about this last week, 2 weeks with a couple of clients, which is feedback. And as a CEO, as a leader, one of the key things that you need to figure out is how you're going to get feedback on how your strategies, how your behaviors, your actions, your tendencies, how well they're working. Right? And getting that feedback is going to be key to improving your performance, to dialing in your style, figuring out what works, what doesn't in terms of approaches. And the fact is everybody has a style, everyone has an approach that may or may not work in given situations, and as situations change, you need to flex. You need to figure out how you're going to adjust to the situation, and feedback is key to that. So, I guess I used to spend a lot of time with teams on how to give feedback, and I think it is important to understand how to give feedback and strategies for it, and how we have that conversation, asking for permission. There's all these things that we do in terms of, as the person giving feedback, how to do that, and how to do that well and do it effectively, and it's really important. But I'm actually finding what's more important is training, teaching, coaching people on how to receive feedback. Because if you don't get that right, if you don't receive feedback well, you will shut down feedback pretty quickly. Meaning, if as a leader, particularly as a leader where you're in a position of power, if someone gives you feedback and you don't receive it well, that's probably going to be the last time they give you feedback. All right, so learning how to receive feedback is going to be key, particularly as a leader, as a person of power, to getting the feedback that you really do need to improve your capabilities, improve your performance, improve your productivity, improve your management skills. And so I spend a lot of time with leaders on how to do this. So the key thing in terms of receiving feedback is you do not need to kind of respond or reply to it. The only thing you need to do, fundamentally, the only thing you need to do when someone gives you feedback is say thank you. That's basically it. You just acknowledge that you've got it. You acknowledge the fact that they took some risks to give it to you. You thank them for it, and you move on. Right? The only other thing I would say in that conversation is if the feedback really is unclear, you can ask a clarifying question. I'd be very careful with this because it's very easy to slip out of clarifying question into justification, into defense, and those are absolutely things we want to avoid. We want to appreciate the feedback and receive it, process it later. Don't try to do it all there, right? Because that is the best way to make sure you're going to get more feedback, and sometimes you're going to get feedback which is not helpful or you don't quite understand. I honestly think it's better just to say thank you and move on, and just keep getting feedback, and I think over time you will get a clear idea of what it is. The risk of asking too many questions when someone gives you feedback is that you do slip into, or at least you come across as defensive. You have to appreciate that, particularly if you're a person in power, someone giving you feedback is risky, and they are very sensitive to it, and if you are not very careful on how you're going to respond to it, like I said, you can shut it down. You can really turn off that source of information very, very quickly. So think about that. Only thing to focus on, I would say, thank you, appreciate it, and move on. Curious to get people's thoughts. Maybe a somewhat controversial approach to this, but think about it. Put your comments below. If you have any questions, email me, bruce@eckfeld.com. One of the things I do when coaching companies and we're helping them figure out how to grow and scale, we have to grow and scale the people. Like, we have to raise the bar. We have to level up the team. We have to level up the leaders, and that includes the CEO, includes everyone on the leadership team. And getting feedback is going to be key to that. So, really important part of the coaching process and the growth process. Again, if you have any questions, bruce@eckfeld.com. Would love to get your comments. I'll look forward to seeing what's below. How do you receive feedback? If you've had challenge of it, how to receive feedback if you've run into situations, either post it or email me. I'm happy to talk you through it, and look forward to seeing what people post. Thanks.